Okay, so I have seen all of here. So, Nishu, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Nishu, can you share it?
Okay, sir.
So second PC वाला सही था.
हाँ, देख लिए सेकंड पीसी ठीक है. Yes, it is correct. Okay. From second PC also see that it is working or not from the second system.
Okay, so
Okay, it is
okay,
correct.
sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
stop sharing. And last Pallavi. Pallavi,
Sir, I am not able to do.
you are not able to do. Okay, open it. I am saying you. Okay, open it. Okay. So first, IP address, assign the IP addresses of the system. You have assigned the IP address inside it. You have assigned the IP address. No, not here. Configuration mode. Go to the desktop. Go to the desktop. Okay, invalid time route. Okay, cross it. Okay, cross the command prompt window. Command prompt window, not the open it again. Yes, then IP config. No, not close that command prompt window. Yes, go to the IP configuration. Yes, you didn't configure that IP address. Now configure it first. Configure it with the IP address, particular IP address. The subnet mask will be automatically chosen. Now there is no default gateway we have needed because we didn't use any router here. So there is no way we have to use the default gateway. Okay, so then for the next system also you assign like that, assign the IP address like that. For second systems also. Or first choose, yes, okay. Now you ping the system. Go to the desktop. Yes, now command prompt. Now you ping this another system. Yes. Okay, so replies are coming. Now you check the using ERP-A command, check that the MAC address is generated. Check. Enter. Yes, you see the particular IP address. From this particular IP address, the particular MAC address is generated. Now use ARP minus D command, ARP minus D. And enter. Now again use the ARP minus A command. ARP space minus A. Now you see, it will be shown that no ARP entries are found. Why? ARP minus D command will delete all the entries that is present. So that's why it is deleted now. So when it will again came, when we will again ping the other system, it will be shown. So if you again ping the system, and after pinging the system, if you use the ARP minus A command, then you again see the IP address again. Let's do that. You will be able to see that again. Let's ping the system
For
again.
another system. For which
For
system?
not another system. The same, you are pinging you are in the present in the second system. So you are present in the second system. That's why you are pinging to the first system. And if you are in the first system, then you will ping the second system. So you are on the second system. You are present in the second system. So that means you will ping the first system. So first system IP address, in the IP address, you will ping that first. Now, if you use the ARP minus A command again, you will see that again the MAC address is generated. You have deleted that first, but after you see when you ping this, then again the MAC address is generated from that IP address. So this is the way, this is the thing which I've already said that. So this is the thing of the ARP. Okay, clear?
Okay, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now I will basically again, so here Dolly and Nishu, they have done the previous class, because in the previous class I have explained a very conceptual concept, that is the static routing concept I have explained. So Dolly and Nishu, you both have in the class, you have done this class. So I will explain them. I will again explain it today for Manisha and Pallavi, because they are not present in the previous class. But I have to again, this same class, I will have to again discuss it, because it is very much important. This is very much important. That's why I have to again explain it. So the same thing, I will say that Nishu and Dolly, you perform the previous class, the static routing which I have shown. So you will do that. I am also performing that. I will also display this, because they are not present in the class, but it is very much important. That topic is very much important. That's why I will again repeating today. Okay. So Dolly and Nishu, you try to perform that in the previous class which I have shown. Try to that, and I will also demonstrate this in this class. I will again demonstrate this. So today again I will show that first there's the static routing which I have discussed in the previous class. Now this static routing is basically what? This static routing is basically assigned. This static routing we can be assigned, and how router works. How router works, we will see from that. So there will be what? There will be the packets present. There will be some packets present, and we will see how communication, the static routing is done there. So we will see that static routing, how static routing is done. We will see that. So let's start. Let's start it. So share the screen. Okay. So I've deleted that. Now I will again show that how the static routing will present. So for static routing, we will do first what we will do, we will use some system. We will place some system here. Let's say total this 3 systems we have taken. Again, these systems we are taking these 3 systems. Let's say this 3, this 3. So for this, there are 3 systems, and here also 3 systems. Now these 3 systems, let's say these 3 systems are connected with a switch, and these 3 systems are connected with a switch. So first make the connections of this between them. First make the connection. So they are connected like that. So from this switch, we have connected. There is a connection. So these 3 systems are connected. And also these 3 systems are connected. This one, then this one, and this one. These 3 are connected. And we have a router, 2 routers. Let's say this is a router and this is then another router. So we have used 2 routers here. 2 routers we have used. Now we will make connections between these 2 routers. So from this router, this is connected, switch is connected, and from this router, the switch is also connected. Okay. And these both 2 routers are connected with each other. Okay, so the diagram will look like this. So first, what we have to do, we have to assign the IP address of each systems which are present. We have to first assign the IP address of it. So let's say start assigning the IP address here. So this is 192.168.1.2 I have used. So we will copy that, go inside and configure the IP address first. Now here I have to use the default gateway because this is connected to a switch through a router. So the default gateway should have been mentioned because they are connected with the switch. So here I have used 192.168.1.1. Okay, so as a default gateway, I have used that. For next system, for this system also, name it as 1.3, and I will assign the IP address. I will assign it the subnet mask I have given, and this is the default gateway. This is the default gateway which I have mentioned. And go to the IP configuration. Okay, so all these systems IP address is done. All these systems IP addresses I have completed assigning Okay, so everyone is able to see now? Everyone are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically what up till now we have done that we have assigned the IP address. Till now we have assigned the IP address. Now here we will again assign the IP address of this also. So let's say I have used 192.168.2.2 this IP address because they are on the two switch. So this is a switch, this is a switch, this is another switch. So they are different. So we will now do what? We will assign the IP address like that. It is 192.168.2.2. Okay. So default gateway will be, okay, this is the default gateway we have assigned. Same as that for here also we have assigned it. We'll go inside and assign the IP address. So this is our total. We have assigned the IP address. So we have assigned the IP address now. After that, what I have to do? Now this IP address is generated. This IP address is given for the systems. Now I have to mention the IP address for this port also because this is a port and this is a port. This is two port. So router 0 has two port. This is one port and this is another port. Router 1 has also this port and this port. So these two ports are present. So these two ports are present means we will do, let's say, using the mark, I will write here. This is 192.168.1.1. The default gateway, the particular default gateway address which we have used, it is of that port. So for that port, this port IP address is this, the default gateway address which we have used. And we again mentioned here also that 192.2.1. This is what? This is the default gateway address. This is the default gateway address of this. So it is the IP address of this port. So IP address of this port is it, and IP address of this port is this. Okay. So same as that, we have to mention it. I am only writing here, but we have to go inside and we have to mention that inside the router. We will do that. But first I am only doing the replacing it, and I am only demonstrate it. Okay. So that means in this port also we have to give some IP address, and this port also we have to give some IP address of this router. Particular routers IP address, some IP address which we have to give in this port also, and in this port also we have to give some IP address. So let's say in this port we mentioned 10.1.1.1. Now this IP address is what? This IP address you didn't see. Till now you didn't see that IP address, but this IP address is also belong. Because whichever I have used till now, I have used the class C IP address. But this is what? This is the class A IP address. Now class A starts from where? Class A starts from 0 to 127. Class A starts from IP address. There is a division. I will explain that, but only in mind, you kept in mind that the division is what? the class A division is from 0 to 127. So this is what it is 10. So 10 means what? It is the class A IP address. And another thing I will mention here. So let's say I am mentioning here that another IP address that is 10.1.1.2 for this particular port. So for this particular port, it is 10.1.1.2. Okay. So now we have covered, totally we have covered our total description in this diagram. Now we have to assign this IP address into the router's port. Into the router's port, we have to assign the IP address. So let's say for doing that, I will open the notepad. So it will be easy because from notepad, I will copy that. So I will use the notepad here. Okay. So first command we know we'll use en and then config t. En for enable the from user mode to the privilege mode, and config t is used for privilege mode to the configuration mode. Okay. So after that, let's say I want to change the name. I want to change the name of the particular router. So let's say I want to use R1. The name I want to use, that is R1. So now first time we are doing the operations of this first router. So here I will do what? I will see our interface it first. So this is the interface F0 by 0. So that means INT F0 by 0. This is the interface. Now in this interface, we have to assign this particular IP address. So for that, which command is used? Till now, we already know that command is what? IP add. This IP add command is used to add the IP address in that particular port. So F0 by 0 in this port, we are adding this particular IP address. So 192.168.1.1. This particular IP address we are assigning, and we have to mention the subnet mask also. And after that, no sh command. So why no sh command is used? Can you say that why no sh command is used? Anyone? Can you able to say that why no sh command is used? Anyone? Dolly, मनीषा, निशु, पल्लवी, कोई भी हम लोग sh कमांड नो sh कमांड यूज क्यों करते हैं? नो sh कमांड
और नो शट डाउन।
नो शट डाउन। और पोर्ट जो हम लोगों का पोर्ट है, डिफॉल्ट जो पोर्ट है, वो पोर्ट हम लोगों का क्या है? डिफॉल्ट हम लोगों का पोर्ट जो है वो डाउन होता रहता है। उसको आप करने के लिए हम लोग नो शट डाउन और हम लोग यूज करते हैं। पोर्ट हम लोगों का ऑलवेज डाउन रहते हैं, तो पोर्ट को आप करने के लिए और वो शट डाउन टाइप का पैकेट, इसलिए हम लोग का ये यूज नो sh कमांड हम लोग यूज करते हैं। This is why we use the no sh command. So now this is IP address. This IP address is added into this interface. Now next, what is the another interface of this router? This router another interface is F0 by 1. Okay. So in this interface also I have to add the IP address. So F0 by 1. Now in this, what IP address should be included? This IP address should be included here. So IP add 10.1.1.1. Okay. And we have to mention our default, we have to mention our subnet mask. Now this is the class C IP address. For class C IP address, the subnet mask, that subnet mask we have used for the class C IP address is 255.255.255.0. But this is the class A IP address. For class A IP address, we will do 255.0.0. Okay. Only this is used for our class A subnet. For class A IP address subnet, we will use 255.0.0.0, and after that same command, no sh. Okay, so that's how this is all for the first router. We will first put it, we'll copy that, go inside the router, and we will paste it. Okay, so after paste, we will see that what it shows. So after this, we will use end command, and after end command, we will use the command sh ip int br, means show IP interface brief. You see, in 0 by 0, the IP address is already added, and it is okay, and it is manually up. That's why I have used the no sh command. Here also you see in 0 by 1, in the 0 by 1, this interface, the IP address, this IP address is added and it is manually up. So okay, we have done it. So that means we will use the WR command for saving this configuration. So this building configuration is saved now. Same wise, for this system also we have to do. So let's doing that. We will first, I will not write it, I will copy for the second systems also, only changes it, that this will be the R2 and here it will be 2.1 because the value is of the 2.1. So F0 by 0, it will be 2.1, and in F0 by 1, it will be 2. So it will be what? It will be our, we will copy that and let's say so it is n, and after that paste it. Okay, so and we will end that and use the command ship int br to see that it is correctly done or not. Now in 0 by 0 port, you see this is added. Okay, this is added into the 0 by 0 port, and this 10.1.2, this is added in this port. So we have completed it. Now, if I want to ping this system to this system, now they are in the different network. So let's see that it can be done or not. So first we will see that it can be done or not. So say ping 192.168.2.4. You see, it is written that the destination host is unreachable. Another one I will see that you see that it is always showing that the destination host is unreachable. That means from here we cannot able to ping that. So for this, what I have to do, I have to specify the route. I have to specify the route. This is what the static routing tells. To specify the route I have to specify the route, so the route can be assigned. Then the router will able to work. Otherwise, the router will not able to work if we didn't specify the route there. If we didn't specify the route, then the router will not able to work there. Router will not able to. So that means I have to specify the route. So what changes I should make? Here you see, I will use a command that is IP route. Now, from this router doesn't know about this router. This doesn't know about this router. So that means I have to say this is the router that is present. So for this, I have to mention a network ID. So network ID is what? It will be here, you see, this is 192.168.2.1. This is the default gateway. And the network ID will consist what? It will be 192.168.2. At last it will be the 0. So whatever default gateway address, only the last it will be the 0. So here it is 192.168.2.0. This is what our IP route for allowing, for showing, for knowing that this is a router present. So I have mentioned that. After that, we have to place 255.255.0 this, and mention this particular interface also. In the interface, what is the IP address present? We have to say that is 10.1.1.2. I have to mention it here also. This is for the router on purpose. So same thing we should have to done in the router 2 also, because router doesn't know about this route. So for knowing purpose, we have to mention the network ID. We have to mention the network ID here also. So that means some changes here. It is 1. So here you see it is 1.1. So 1.0, 255.255.255.0 and 10.1.1.1. So it will be 1 now. Okay. So these things should be added. Then only the communication should occur. Otherwise, this will show that destination host is unreachable. Otherwise, it will show that destination host is unreachable. So go to the router and I will change it. So the command. So first, it is now in the privilege mode. So it is now in the privilege mode. So for any changes or any command, we have to open the configuration mode. Otherwise, if we didn't able to write any command here, so we will have to open the config key again using, we open the configuration mode and we'll paste that. This route will be pasted. So let's say this is done. So we will end that. And after ending, what we will do? We will use a command. We will use a command that is ship route. Like this, ship int br show here. Ship route means what? Ship route means show IP route. Show IP route. Let's say we have done that. You see all the protocols which we have discussed. This is OSPF, which I have discussed. That is C connected, static, IGRP, RIP, routing information protocol, OSPF, all are shown in the. You see BGP, border gateway protocol. B stands for border gateway protocol. All the protocols, it is shown here. So like that, the configuration is done. So after that, we will use the WR command. We will save that. Same as that for also, here also, we will do what? Same way, we will open the config T for configuration mode, and we will copy this, and here we'll paste that configuration. Then we'll use end command, and after that we will again ship root. We will use ship root. You see, again it is showing the total root. It is showing all the protocols that is used. The protocols are done here. Protocols are shown here. You see, all the protocols that is used are shown in this. So we will configure it with WR. We will build the configuration. Now we will see that these two systems are communicating or not. Now you will see the problem didn't happen, that the destination host unreachable, this problem are not happening. Let's see. No, sorry. Now, if we ping this system, let's say we ping this system. First, we will see that. Okay, you see, first two times it is for knowing the host. So first two times is shown the request timed out. Now it will be shown, you see, the replies are coming. So that is the way the static routing should be done. Our routing is what? Static routing, dynamic routing, and default routing. These three types of routing present. This is what? This is the static routing concept. Let's say we go this system, and let's say we ping 192.168.1.1. You see, not 2, sorry. You see, first, one time or two times the request timed out came, but after that, you see, replies are coming. Next time you will ping, the replies will first, the replies will go to. So first time the replies will goes on. So this is the concept of the static routing. Okay. This is the concept of the static routing. समझ में आया सबको?
Yes, sir.
प्रीवियस क्लास में